Hi there, and welcome to Let's Slow Down, a podcast for all of you who feel tired and stressed from this overwhelming world. Here we'll have fun, inspiring conversations about living life on our own terms and explore ways to ease the pace of our modern world, because life really is good when you're relaxed enough to be present for it. I'm your host, Annemarie Stolting, and I welcome you to this space where I hope to inspire you to slow down, because life is too short to let it go by in a blur. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hi, everyone. It's Annemarie back for our second podcast episode of the year, January 14th. How's the month go for you so far? Last week, we talked about having a gentle January and embracing supportive and nourishing ways to start your year off and to go about your days, especially if you live in a wintry place. And I wanted to continue that conversation today by talking about 10 simple pleasures that we can enjoy in the winter. Personally, I am not a huge fan of cold weather. I don't do well in it. I feel like it makes me cranky and kind of depressed sometimes with the short days, and my hands and feet are always cold. So in years past, sometimes I really enter the winter with a little bit of kind of feeling dread and just not feeling great. So in the spirit of trying to be more positive and grateful for what we have, I'm really trying to lean into winter and enjoy it, choose habits and add little things in that can make this season more fun and enjoyable. So I thought today I would talk about 10 simple pleasures that I have been enjoying this winter. The first one is wearing comfy clothes. I'm a huge fan of sweaters and just, soft fabrics and things, fleece, fuzzy socks, just enjoying wrapping yourself up in something warm and cozy and hopefully fashionable too. It seems like you can basically wear glorified sweatpants to work these days if you find the right pair. So do yourself a favor and maybe find something like that so that you can feel warm and cozy at home, at work, when you're out and about. It'll make you just feel good as you go about your day. So that's the first one. I'm also a huge fan of space heaters. Our house is kind of drafty, and sometimes I just feel like I can't warm up in the winter. So pretty much all of us, the kids and I, my husband too, sometimes we kind of move the space heaters around from room to room. Make sure you shut them off when you leave, especially when you leave the house, but also when you leave the room. But having a space heater next to you, especially if you're working at home, sitting at a desk, having that space heater on your feet feels so, so good. I even find the dogs like to lay near it. So space heaters, I feel like, are a nice, affordable way to keep yourself warm and cozy and not jack up your heating bill too much. So definitely a good investment. I never keep them on when I'm sleeping or anything like that, just when I'm sitting somewhere and I'm awake, and then I shut it off because I get nervous about fire hazards. But space heaters are amazing. They're also great in the bathroom when you're showering, even though a lot of us have little heaters in our bathroom, like in the lights. Having an additional space heater is really, really nice. I'm also embracing the early nights. So we know it gets dark really early. That can make us feel tired much earlier. I mean, it was 6 o'clock the other day. I swear I thought it was 11 o'clock at night. It messes with our heads a little bit. Rather than fight it and then just feel tired for 4 hours after dinner, why not try to go to bed a little bit earlier? Get in bed with a good book and just try to fall asleep and get that 8 hours, get that 9 hours for a change. So I'm trying to embrace earlier nights, and doesn't always happen, but when it does, it makes such a difference the next day. So don't fight it. If it's dark and you're tired, go to sleep. Simple. I'm also a huge fan of sipping hot drinks. I always start my day with a little bit of coffee, and then I kind of move on to tea, all sorts of herbal teas and chai, anything, whatever you're in the mood for. Green tea if you need more caffeine. And then maybe enjoying a steaming cup of hot cocoa once in a while with whipped cream. It's really a nice sweet treat that will also warm you up, especially if you have kids and if you get a snowy day. It's always so much fun. It's like the best way to end a snow day to come in and have hot chocolate. So definitely just sipping hot drinks all day long to keep you warm inside. Along the same lines, I find that eating comfort food and hot meals rather than like salads and raw vegetables as much. I like the warmer foods and the soups and stews and things like that on cold days and most of the winter. You can still be healthy. You can still get your veggies. You can throw so many vegetables in soup, and it can be really hearty and good for you while also warming you up and just feeling really comforting. I'm definitely embracing the soups and stews and chilies. It's a great time to use your crock pot, so that can make your life a lot easier. Even things like oatmeal in the morning, I just find to be just more nourishing for me right now. I don't really crave as many raw fruits and vegetables, although I do still eat them. So going for comfort food that is also healthy. Another way to make life a little bit cozier is to light a fire, light some candles. I've got one going right now while I record this episode. It's just so cozy. It's the best. And I like them all year round, to be honest, but especially in the winter and especially as it's getting dark at night, to have warm little lights on and fires and candles. Maybe try lighting a couple tea lights while you're eating dinner. It totally uplevels everything. On a cold winter's night or day, it just makes the house and everything just feel more cozy. So play around, buy yourself some new candles or just see what you have. I have like a drawer of a million tea lights and things, so I'm just trying to use what I have. I'm sure most of us have things like that at home. If you are buying something new, I did put my tree away finally, but I had a Fraser fir candle that I was lighting when I was sitting by my tree because we had an artificial tree. So I love that smell, that pine smell. So I made sure I was always lighting that when I was sitting by the tree. There's really nothing as cozy or romantic as a fire or candlelight. Maybe while you're lighting that fire, you and the family decide to do something fun together. We have been embracing puzzles this winter. We have a little card table set up, and we also do play a lot of cards. It's another good one. It's just some indoor games to have fun with. But it's been really fun having a puzzle going at all times. My son got me a 1,000 piece. It was a little Disney themed, like winter Christmas landscape puzzle. And it was hard. I actually was not good at it. My daughter was the champion. I think she did most of it, but we left it out and it took us days to do. And, everybody kind of comes to the puzzle table for a few minutes, gets a few pieces, and it's a really mindless activity, but you're focused at the same time. And I think it's a great way to unwind and it's super relaxing. So if you have a little table you can put up or a little space, maybe you can leave a puzzle out for a while. Why not try it? It's just fun to have this little project ongoing to come to. And if you're feeling a little bit stressed or you just want to wind down, just to sit at the table with the puzzle for a few minutes is a really fun thing that we've all been enjoying over here. Something that I can't live without because I am so cold all the time are my Uggs or really cozy slippers. I know Uggs are an investment, but they last forever and they are the warmest shoes, boots I've ever worn, ever. I love them. I'm all about, quality pieces in your wardrobe, and I highly recommend Uggs for winter, especially if you have cold feet like I do. They are the best. I pretty much live in them all winter. They just make my days better. It makes it a lot easier to go outside in the freezing cold when your feet are warm. So love my Uggs. And lastly, there is a book that I have read. I've read it a bunch of times over the years, and I thought I would share it today because she does a really nice job talking about January and the seasons and just embracing whatever season you're in. So the book is called Simple Abundance, and it's written by Sarah Van Brethnock, and it's 365 Days to a Balanced and Joyful Life. And I thought that I would take a minute and just read to you what she says about January because I really loved it. And I thought it would be a nice thing to share. So the way this book is set up is she literally has a page for every day of the year and then a little intro at the beginning of each month of things to think about and embrace. So for January, she writes that January is the month of new beginnings and cherished memories. Come, let winter weave her wondrous spell, cold, crisp, woolen muffler days, long, dark evenings of savory suppers, lively conversations, or solitary joys. Outside, the temperature drops as the snow falls softly. All of nature is at peace. We should be too. Draw hearthside. This is the month to dream, to look forward to the year ahead and the journey within. And ironically, as we're talking about dreaming, my dog is laying next to me snoring. So I hope the recording's not picking that up. She's very peaceful. And I want to go on to just read what Sarah wrote about January 1st. It's a fresh start, a blank page, a new chapter in life waiting to be written, new questions to be asked, embraced, and loved, new answers to consider, and then new choices to make in this transformative year of delight and self-discovery. Can you carve out a quiet interlude for yourself in which to dream? What are your hopes for the future? As you reflect on the years that have passed, don't concern yourself too much with what's gone before. Today, you've been gifted with another chance. And is there anything more precious than that? Good fortune has traveled through time and space to sweep us off our feet with lush possibilities. Let's make the most of it. Each year, we're presented with 4 glorious seasons, 12 months of mystery, 52 weeks of wonder, and 365 daily rounds, each one of them crowned with 24 measures of time, hours and minutes, moments and heartbeats. There will be surprises that trigger smiles, as well as deep sighs, wisdom gleaned and eventually appreciated, landscapes larger than the ones we can see right now, more blessings than we can count and carry in our saddlebag. Only dreams give birth to change. Gradually, as you become curator of your own contentment, you will learn to listen to the gentle yearnings of your heart. But this new year, instead of resolutions, write down your private aspirations. Those longings that you have kept tucked away until the time seems right. Trust that now is the time. Ask the questions. The simple abundance path brings confidence that the answers will come and you will discover, day by day, how to live them. Isn't that nice? I've really been enjoying reading this each morning. It's a great way to start this year and to embrace winter and the season. It's a great time to ask ourselves these questions and dig a little deeper and look within so that we can move forward with intention and really live our best life and meet our potential and share our gifts and make the world a better place by being our best selves. So I hope that you're enjoying a gentle January and that you're able to embrace this season. And I will see you back next week. I hope you've enjoyed our journey together. Please take a moment to rate and review the show. It really helps us grow and reach others looking to slow down too. Wishing you simplicity and ease in your world, and I'll see you back here next week.